Okay, sorry about that, Aquarius. I had a little issue that came up that I had to resolve. So I hate to do this in two videos, but here we are. Anyway, so where I left off was we were talking about the lovers, we're talking about the lessons, we're talking about this Queen of Chalices, we're talking about balance, and we're talking about the last thing I said, I believe, was looking at what's already been planted and what's already grown, and then what seeds have been planted moving forward. Now this one is the one I didn't talk about on the other video. This is a Six of Wands, so it looks like someone wants to move away or move out or move on. That's what I'm feeling, but I feel like it's not finished yet. I feel like it's not finished yet because you're being asked to look at what's been grown and what seeds you planted. Anytime that comes up for me, it's like, well, it's not over yet because you haven't evaluated everything. And again, remember I talked about Virgo, this being Virgo season, and Virgo season being more or less about making an assessment and getting organized. This is one of these assessments for you. This is definitely an assessment, Aquarius. Assessing a relationship. It looks like you're assessing your relationship, whether or not you want to leave and let go, or whether you want to stay. It just seems like to me you've probably gotten through the difficult part of it, but for some reason there still needs to be some sense of balance. There's a Six of Swords also about moving, from one place to another. So I definitely see that there's this desire, or this desire to move on, to move to something else, to move to something else. Maybe you're tired of the relationship. Maybe the relationship isn't feeding you like the way that you thought it was, but it's not just the emotional side of it. We've got these Pentacles things going on, so it's some pragmatic issues, some practical matters that are involved in this too. It feels like this is a marriage. I don't know, we'll keep looking. Is there anything else that Aquarius needs to know regarding the month of September? Things that are on their mind for September. Page of Chalices and King of Chalices. Yeah, this is a marriage. We got the Queen of Chalices and we got the King of Chalices. So if it's not a marriage, it's definitely a deeper commitment, connection going on here. But it looks like the Chalices is the one who... It looks like the masculine energy in the relationship is the one who is either not sending the message, who has the message and is not sending this message that they're ready to move on, or they're not getting the message that somebody else is ready to move on. Because this is about messages, and this message is about love, and it's about love and affection coming towards you, but it's coming in the reverse. So to me, it's like there's, whatever it is, somebody's ready to move on and somebody isn't. It looks like it's the King of Chalices that's ready to move on, or who's, like I said, or who is not getting the message that it's time to move on. Anything else that Aquarians need to know? I think you guys probably need to sit down and go through some mediation therapy, something like that. I think it's worth it to do it before you end it. Queen of Pentacles is in the picture, so there could be another person in the picture. We got two queens here. We got two queens here. We got the Queen of Chalices, who is the one who is really connected to the King of Chalices, but then we've got this Queen of Chalices too. So it could be, I can't really, I'm feeling like that's this. That's a temptation. I was feeling temptation before. It doesn't mean that the person has actually followed through with this, but maybe they're thinking about it. I don't want anybody to jump to conclusions and start accusing anybody of anything right away. But what I want to say is either this person may have their sights on somebody else, or they may have met somebody, or they may be thinking about somebody else. in the picture, somebody who's somebody grounded, maybe somebody who's I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to do too much speculation. Okay. And again, with these masculines and feminines, you all know, could be any gender. We're just talking about the person who assumes one role over or another. People in relationships assume masculine and feminine roles, or their masculine or their feminine is like raised up in the relationship. Doesn't really matter if they're the man or the woman or if they're gender non-conforming. It doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so Three of Wands. Again, we got these seeds being planted, and those seeds being planted, I just can't say. I mean, what I'm really feeling, Aquarius, is that you got to think about where you're planting your seeds. Okay, I see you planting seeds somewhere else, trying to grow something else. Maybe you haven't discussed this with your significant other, or maybe that person hasn't discussed it with you. But I just feel like there's, there's this idea of moving on. I mean, I can't. We got Hangman, we've got Six of Wands, and we got Six of Swords in reverse. It's like you want to move on, but you can't. Maybe there's a deeper commitment. Maybe you're having second thoughts. But I think that it's worth it to you to look at what you've already been building and what you've grown so far. Which, like, you already have a tree with the fruit on it growing, and you already started planting other seeds here. And then it's like you're trying to start something new somewhere else. But you gotta ask, is it worth it to you? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to you? Every relationship has its issues. If you think that moving on to somebody else is gonna make a difference, it probably is not, Aquarians. Anything else for Aquarius for September? Anything else for Aquarius? September, please. Anything else, Aquarius, September? Alright, we got the Wheel of Fortune and the Four Chalices in reverse. But Wheel of Fortune, Four Chalices, it's in reverse. To me, that lets me know that, I'm having a really hard time with this, I guess, because I don't want to, I don't want to put this out in the universe, but it seems like that's what's coming to me, so I'll just go with it. Wheel of Fortune represents change, but it's not a change for the better. And then Four Chalices, like whatever is being offered is not being turned down, or it's not to somebody else's liking. So I just feel like I don't think you can like it. I don't think you can get around this. I don't think you can ignore this. This is not something that you can ignore. It just feels like a real deep commitment, and if it is a deep commitment, you owe it to the person you committed to take the time, to give it your 100%. If you truly are ready to move on, then you need to have that conversation with the other person. But I'm just telling you and letting you know that whichever way this lands, okay, if you think that moving on, or that somebody else has the better stuff and has more juice, it doesn't usually work out that way, because people are people at the end of the day. Once you attach and connect here, and then you start making commitments here, once you start planting seeds here, they're going to grow, but you don't know how they're going to grow, because we're all here to help each other evolve, right? So this person is here to help you evolve from where you are right now. This person is also here to help you evolve. So it depends on where your evolution is. Whatever your evolution is, or where you are in your evolution, is what's going to determine who it is that's going to come into your life to really help you with that. And I don't know, maybe this person is here for that part of it, but you can't guarantee that means that you're supposed to be, building with them. And that's that. I'm just gonna do one more round. I think I've really done this. Anything else for Aquarians to know before moving on? So if you're on the receiving end of this, or if you're cross watching for Aquarians, let's just, like I said, I don't want anybody to jump to conclusions. So let's just take it as this may be an opportunity for you all to check in. Okay, let's treat this as a check-in. Let's not treat this as this is a done deal. Let's treat this as this is an opportunity for everybody to check in with each other and say, hey, just checking in. Is everything okay? Are we okay? Am I still lighting your fire? Is everything still okay between us? I want to know so that I will know what to do or not to do. People are really afraid when it comes to that, when they start having feelings toward other people. It happens, I'm just going to say that too. It does happen in relationships, especially if relationships are long term. Things like that do happen, but you have to talk your way through it. It's just like everything else. Like you're growing, you and your significant other, this king and this queen of chalices. If there is a commitment there, then what you've done is you've committed yourself to walking through this road together as a unit, as a couple, and go through all of it together. Even stuff like this. And I'm not saying, stay with somebody who's going to cheat on you. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that sometimes can be a part of it. I'm not getting that this is a done deal. I'm not getting, certain cards that let us know it's a done deal. I'm not getting those. It just seems like maybe this King of Chalices may be, eyes might be wandering a little bit. It may be a little bored. It may be time to check in. So check in. And if you are the person who's feeling that way, please check in with your significant other and let them know what's going on. I don't care if it feels hard. Relationships and aspects of relationships get hard. Relationships are difficult sometimes. So, all right, so I'm going to pull a card from Sacred Rebels for you all. I think I'm also going to do Sacred Earth too. We'll see what Sacred Rebels yields, and then we'll go from there. So, all right, so we're looking for a Sacred Rebel card for Aquarians for the month of September and for this spread. Further guidance, just a word, please, for Aquarians regarding this time period, September 19, and this reading. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what we have. Listening for truth. Number 36 breaks down to a 9. 9 represents the end of a cycle. So 36, let's see what 36 has to say. 36, 36, 36. All right. So it's kind of tedious in the area of love, isn't it, right now, Aquarians? It's okay. So this is listening for your truth. That's a good start. That's always a good start. All right. Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there's little evidence of how it's all going to happen. Okay? You're being asked to listen for the truths between the words rather than your superficial message of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communication of those around you, the press, newspapers, and mass media. So if this is a public breakup, you gotta keep that in mind. You will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper and listen for the truth. This oracle comes with the message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing you are hearing something that is not being said, and you are hearing what is truthful. So if something isn't being said, like I said, Aquarians, if this is on the other side, if you're on the receiving end or on the giving end, it still applies here. You may feel as if you are the only one that is ready to hear or see the truth. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or in a relationship where truth is consistently denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it may reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, is a deep sense of unhealed, toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful of that truth and that it will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. Meaning that if you think that the truth is going to jack everything up and that the truth is not going to set you and this situation free, you got to go do your own inner healing, because the truth always sets a situation free. You just got to come with love in your heart and truth in your heart. You got to come from your authentic self. And when that happens, it's a freeing thing that goes on. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. You are being asked to love yourself enough to honor the truth, even if you feel you are the only one doing so. Sacred rebels need the truth like lungs need oxygen. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing through the rebellious heart. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel. Even if those with less awakened hearts fear the truth, you must not turn away from it. Don't resent the state of affairs. Perhaps your job is to show that truth can be witnessed even when many may want to hide from it. What others do is always their choice, but through your honorable deeds done with integrity, you will be set free no matter what the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Well said. Go to the truth. Go straight to the truth. Deal with it head on. Don't play around. Don't make up stories. Right? Don't hem and haw. Just find a way. You gotta find your way to bring truth to the surface, to bring truth to light, and bring truth to power. So significant. All right, I'm gonna do Sacred Earth for you all too. I just feel like y'all need a little extra fortification this month. It's hard, and it's hard for everybody, especially if their feelings moving into other places and with other things. I mean, I try not to judge, because you can't judge, matters of the heart. It's hard to judge the situation. You can always sit on the outside and blame people. Oh, you did this and you did that, and I did this and I did more, and all kinds of stuff. But in relationships, you just gotta really kind of, fly free and go with it, with whatever is happening, and be honest at every turn. And if you do that, it'll end up better even when it's not great. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, so I've got these two here. I've got space, and I've got rediscovery. That makes a lot of sense. Space and rediscovery. So I'll read a little bit from both of those, but I'm just going to let you know what I'm seeing just intuitively in the design here. You're talking about space. This really shows me a lot of freedom. I feel like this is what someone wants in a relationship. They want to be free. They want to be free of it. But at the same time, if you can give each other a little space, that may renew. This is the child. This is the woman. That's what I'm seeing, and this is a child. Okay? So it may renew your heart for that person if you all give each other a little space. But I'm going to read and see what they say about it anyway. Space and rediscovery. All right, space, the earthly meaning. Sorry about that. Okay, for space it says, give yourself or someone else the space to heal, think, create, or contemplate. Hold space as a gentle, non-judgmental, and supportive presence. So the space itself holds space for you and your partner. Nothing needs to happen instantly. Pull back, trust, and respect the boundaries and the processes of others. Pushing for a result will not get you what you want in the long term. Choose your destiny and let others choose theirs. Makes sense to me. And rediscovery. So on the other side, withdrawal to the security of loved ones. Stumbling on or triggering a memory, stories told in safety, creative space, a message from the past for the future. Your body remembers, listen to its story. Deep pain is transformed into wisdom and understanding, and inheritance, legacy, or heirloom. That goes back to those seeds that were planted. Be gentle with who you were and strong about who you will become. I'm going to read a little further. If you're feeling lost, confused, or being asked what life is all about, then it may be the perfect time to consult your original self. Woo, the one that you keep hidden while you grew up and supposedly became wiser around it. The sweet, loving, innocent you is not lost. Deep down, you are still that person. The original you exists outside of time, safety, and awaiting rediscovery. So yeah, I'm feeling like maybe some space is needed. Just a little space and a little mediation and a little self-reflection and a little of that Virgo analysis and assessment during the month of September, and that may do all the work that you could have ever thought it could do. So heed the advice, take it. If you need to work on your relationship, we have a relationship path on wooingnature.life. Just check out the paths section on the website. If you feel like you need that either for yourself or if you need to do that as a couple, we have the solo track, which doesn't mean you have to be single in order to do that, but you can do a solo track, you can do a partner's track, or you can do a family track. I don't know if it's family and children involved in all of this, but it's there if you need it. If you would like a deeper reading, Aquarians, you can reach out to me. I'm at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. As always, I hope you all have a great September. You're having a wonderful day and have a wonderful life.